What's up? How's it going, guys? It is Henry Marsh here again. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I figured I have a GoPro now, which is pretty amazing. I've got this mic, got the computer in front of me. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm just going to be doing a quick retouch of some images I did a little while ago. Just want to give you guys a little bit of an indication of my current retouching and editing workflow. So yeah, stick around, enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy. Stick around. Woo! English. Wow, love it. So stick around. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any other questions, hit me in the comments section and let's get to it. So as you can see over here, we've got this really cool image of hold on, there we go. Right, we have this really cool image of Michaela. Okay, so the first thing I do when I bring an image into Lightroom is I apply my quick preset, which is just Studio. Basically what that does, we'll run through it quickly, is it doesn't do a hell of a lot. As you can see, there's nothing happening in camera calibration, nothing in effects, nothing in transform. Lens correction's the same. Here we can actually play around with if you want to. As you can see, I was shooting this with a 70-200, so there's not much distortion going on here, so I'm going to leave that unchecked. Detail just sharpens up the image quite a bit. You can have a see what that does. Just sharpens the image up a little bit like that. There's some people who do the sharpening before, some people who do it afterwards. I don't like worrying about it later. And you can see there's nothing happening over here. And then basically all I'm doing is I'm bringing the contrast down, the saturation down, and then just pushing up the whites just to give that image a little bit of a punch, but also bringing the shadows out. All right, cool. So we send this to Photoshop. First, before we send it to Photoshop actually, is I like to check the white balance. So I know I shot this on a white background. So if we just check the white balance over there, we can see that that is pretty good before, after. Great, so that goes into Photoshop. We wait for Photoshop to rouse up its head. In there. I hope this is sounding great, by the way. I haven't done this in a very long time. So excuse me if this sounds and looks horrible. This is actually just a test. Okay, perfect. So once I've got the image in here, the first thing I do is I like to have a once over through the image, take a look if there's anything I need to clean up. Don't worry too much about the floor just yet. So we'll see, we take the healing brush and we just fix up a few little things here and there. Pick up one of these like this. There we go. I want to see if we can fix this little thread over here. Cool, that's looking great. Look out through the rest of the image. We just do like this little line over here. We just pick up that. That's cool. Hair's okay. There's a line over here that I just want to pick up. Just like that. See if we can pick up these a little bit better. It's not wanting to. So generally, if the spot healing brush isn't working too well, you just go onto the normal healing brush. Just sample an area and paint that in like that. That looks good. Happy with that. Cool. Getting in here. Sampling, patching, same thing. So you can do a lot with a healing brush. Seriously, you can do so much with the healing brush. There are so many retouchers who just swear by the healing brush. I was actually having a conversation with Ed Fenter, who I've been speaking about a lot recently, but that's just because we spent the weekend together. But he basically just uses the healing brush for almost all of his retouching. So, and there's a lot of retouchers who feel the exact same way. So yeah, a lot of things you can do with the healing brush. It's very cool, very cool. Cool. So we're just catching into these hairs over here. I actually don't generally do this. I'm quite lazy, but for today's session, I'm gonna go the whole mile with you guys, the whole 9 yards. There we go. That's looking pretty great. Okay, then the next thing I do is I run a frequency separation action. Frequency separation, so many YouTube videos about it on the internet. You can go check it out. You can go download an action. Just make sure whichever action it is that you're downloading that it works for is 8-bit and a 16-bit file. How you know what file yours is you can come up into the corner over here and you can see there's this 8. So that's how you know it's an 8-bit file. So I know I need to do a 8-bit frequency separation. And basically what you want to do with frequency separation is you just want to get this to look where there is no texture in the skin. So we're getting rid of all the texture. So 5.5. I generally like to go a little bit higher than that, so around 6 is good for me. Now, this is where the interesting part comes in. This is how my workflow has changed quite a lot. I'm wagging Wacom pens. That's also important, by the way. We need one of these to retouch. Important stuff. Okay, so this is where the interesting bit comes in. You need to go over here somewhere on your tools. Mine's down here at the bottom. It's a brush called the mixing brush. It is life-changing. I don't know where it's gone. Mixing brush. There. Over here. Bam. I have keyboard shortcutted mine to 9. And then watch this, okay? I'm going to just do a crazy example for you guys. But watch this. Make sure you're on your low layer. Your low frequency layer. And check this out, check this out. So this is just a test. This is just an example, just to show you guys what this does. So we can basically drag this tone from this white into the shirt to make the shirt whiter. How insane is that? Okay, so obviously we don't want to do that because that's crazy. But I'm gonna show you how we do this in our retouching. Check this out, check this out. So I'm gonna zoom in over here. We can see she's got a little bit of a bag over there. And all we're gonna do is we're just gonna make sure you're on your low layer. We're just gonna drag into this area. Get rid of that bag. Right? Subtle changes. Subtle changes. You're going to have to find settings on the mixing brush that works for you. You can come up here and check out what it is that I'm using, what my settings are. These work for me. You're going to have to see what works for you. But yeah, we're just basically trying to match and even out the skin tones. That's all we're doing. All we're doing. There's lots of internet tutorials about how makeup and stuff is applied and what makeup should look like. You should definitely go check some of those out. All I'm doing is I'm just evening out the skin tones. Right? Make her look like she's got the most flawless skin in the whole wide world. Okay? That's all we're doing. Nothing complicated, nothing crazy. Right? There used to be a lot of ways where frequency separation was used, where you were using a blur and lasso tools. Lasso tools. Craziness. But this is what I found to work for me earlier. Now check this out. Where we were healing earlier. Yeah, check this out. Now we're matching those skin tones, evening it out quite a bit. Magic, man. This is life-changing. Seriously. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about this, you can go check out a tutorial on RGG Edu. I believe they're actually now called Pro Edu. There's a tutorial on there by a guy called Earth Oliver. Go check it out, man. He just changed my life when it came to retouching. So all we're doing is just trying to even out these skin tones. Alright, there's looks like we messed up a little bit of makeup over there. Just evening this out. We can go out the rest of the body. Just evening out skin tones. Right? People are generally pretty patchy in certain areas, depending on how shadows fall. Everybody's like this. Nobody's perfect. We just want to help it along. Right? What's really cool about this is it's super quick. You don't have to go dodging and burning stuff. It's really, really quick. Okay? You feel like a painter. I feel like a painter. And I sucked at painting. Now I'm painting. It's amazing, man. Seriously. Over here where she's pushed a little too hard into her skin, it's making these crazy folds. We're just going to even those out a little bit. Great. Amazing stuff. Okay, here we go. Same thing. Just evening out the skin tones. Pushing the light into the dark into the light. Crazy stuff. I'm going to show you guys the before and after just now. Legs is where you're going to see it the most clearly, man. It is insane what this technique does. And how quick it does it as well. Craziness. Okay, just pushing this up in here. Yeah. There we go. It's also better to use a bigger brush. Nice soft brush. Helps quite a bit. My computer is taking strain. So many things going on at the moment. So if there's a bit of a lag, I do apologize. As I said, I haven't done this in a while. Just figured I would do something today that would be cool for y'all. I already got my phone isn't in this shot. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward through all of this, by the way. Make your lives a little bit easier. we go. Check it out. Check it out. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a quick before and after. Boom. Boom. Check those legs. Check the face. Insane in the membrane. Okay, what's really cool about this technique as well is you can even use it to fix up the floor a little bit. So we're going to do this. Literally just going to blend these tones into one another. I'm not too stressed about the floor, really. There's so many different ways of cleaning this up, and I'm super lazy right now. But already this is looking so much better. If you want to, you can go climb in there with a texture layer. Fix that up as well if you want. There we go. That's looking better. Hey, how much better does that look? Insane! Check that out. Great. Okay, so once we're done here, I go back into Lightroom. So, just going to say save. This should take us back into Lightroom. There we go. Waiting, waiting, waiting. There it is. Back into Lightroom. So we can already see quite a difference with the retouch going on there. Now, you'll notice our legs look a little bit slightly different colored. So what I'm going to do, what I do is, I should have done this actually before I took it into Photoshop, but you can't do it after. You can do it afterwards as well. Is I like to just use a gradient tool. So that's up over here. Not too sure what the shortcut is. The shortcut is M. All right. So we're just going to have a gradient tool over there, and those legs look a little bit darker. So I'm just going to raise them up like that. That looks better. And then they're looking a little bit redder and a little bit more saturated than the rest of her body. So we're just going to desaturate that. So as I said, a little bit redder. So we're going to put in a little bit of green. That's the opposite of red. Make them maybe a little bit yellower. There we go. That looks a little bit normal to me. And I think they're still too dark, so we're just going to bring that up. Okay, now obviously we have this line that's just brightening everything up. So Lightroom, if you're on CC and it's new, is amazing. And you can go to the range mask down here and you can select color. And we can use this eyedropper tool, and we're just going to select the color of the legs. Look at that. How amazing. And now, actually, it looks a little bit too bright to me, so I'm actually going to bring that down. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so once we're done with that, what we get into this whole color grading thing. And now, as I said, color grading, different for everybody. Everybody has their own little thing that they do with color grading. Basically, I've just made this little action for myself. I think it's over here, which, as you can see, says after Photoshop. That just puts that in, just punches up a little bit. There is a little bit of saturation, a little bit of vibrancy going on there. I think there's even a tone curve. But seriously, color toning is so different for everybody. Everyone has their own unique style. This looks a little bit bright, so I'm going to darken this down. I feel like we can actually bring a little bit of that. Ooh, that's too much color. Maybe do this like that. And that looks pretty good to me. I'm really, really liking that. So if we go before to the after, you can see quite a big difference. And that is how I retouch things these days. So yeah, any questions, drop me a comment in the comment section. Drop me a question in the comment section is what I actually meant. Let me know if you have anything else. You export this to freaking Instagram, Facebook, wherever it goes, and then you're done. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys at the next one. Peace.